Welcome back, YouTube Nation. Another video. 2011 Tahoe. I thought this might be an interesting video. This guy pulls in with this thing and it is literally looks like it's on fire. The tailpipe is blowing white smoke out of it. So he says it's got a misfire. Check engine lights on, all the StabiliTrak and ABS lights are on. He said he had it looked at, but I don't know by who. But it's got a misfire code. He said he had the the spark plug wire had fallen off one of the spark plugs, I guess. So he said he corrected that. Still misses. So I don't know what we're gonna get into here. Let's bring it inside and see what we got going on. Definitely has a misfire. Smells like raw fuel. I mean, yeah, she runs bad. Let's get her inside. There's our check engine light blinking. Tire pressure light does not have anything to do with this. But yeah, first thing we're going to do is hook the scanner up, check it for codes, see what we got going on. Okay, well, we got an Injector 3 control circuit and a misfire code. It kind of goes hand in hand. Okay, so number 3 injector. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go back here and just verify that it is number 3 cylinder. Misfire, there we go. So definitely number 3 cylinder in history. We got some other misfires there, but probably not too much to worry about. This is probably affecting the way this runs on this side here. We'll start it up and check our active misfires here and see what we got. Alright, so active misfires. Yeah, pretty much number 3 cylinder is dead. Okay, well, that's the place to start. Number 3 cylinder. That injector code, we're going to check that. I am going to check ignition, make sure that we got everything there. And yeah, we'll see what's going on. Okay, so we're looking at number 3 injector. Connector's plugged in. I'm going to pull number 3 ignition wire off just to check and make sure we got spark. Okay, so we got spark. I tell you, it smells like fuel. So yeah, I'm wondering if we don't have a problem with that injector. We're going to unplug it and then we're going to test to make sure we have power on one side. You should have power on one side with the key on, and then your ECM is what grounds the other side to actuate that fuel injector. Okay, so here's our injector harness. We're just checking for power on one of these terminals here. You can see we got power there. This is going to be our trigger side. This side is triggered by the ECM. Oh, wait a second. I don't know if you can hear that, but the injector, when I plug this in, the injector is actually firing. I know it's kind of noisy outside, but man, it's hot in here. I have to have the doors open. So Okay, that might be a problem. Okay, so again, the key is on. This is just a annoyed light here. Okay, so that is triggered when it should not be triggered. Let me show you what one should look like. See, there's no power there. Let me start it up so you can tell the difference here on what's going on, what a good signal should look like. That's what it should look like when it's triggered. I'll go back to number 3. That's bad. That's a bad deal. Just to verify that this injector is opening, I'm going to put a fuel pressure gauge on here, plug this in, and then we should see the fuel pressure drop. And that should kind of let us know that that is a good fuel injector anyway. And get that one plugged back in. All right, let's get a fuel gauge hooked up to it. Okay, so right now this injector is unplugged. So without it being actuated, we should have fuel pressure. So let's cycle the key a few times. Okay, so we got fuel pressure. You can see 60 pounds. That looks good. Now I'm betting when we plug this injector in, that fuel pressure is going to bleed off. It's going to pull that injector open. It's going to dump all the fuel like that into that cylinder. So that's why it smells so bad. I thought it had a fuel leak or something. It is just dumping fuel into that cylinder. Electrically, the injector is fine. Mechanically, the injector seems to be fine. So we can rule out that. We either have a short in the trigger for the injector or something going on with the ECM, which could be internally shorted, something like that. All good information there. I'm gonna go a step further. I'm going to pull the ECM connectors off, and we're going to check that that circuit just to make sure nothing is shorted, harness rubbed through, or something like that. But it's looking like an ECM problem. Another step we're going to take is not only assume that it's just the injector problem, which it probably is, but I'm going to do a compression check on that cylinder also. There's nothing worse than selling possibly a computer, sticking that in, and then having a problem in the cylinder after all that's done. So we're just going to check everything and make sure that it's good to go, so when we potentially do sell an ECM on this, that it's going to take care of it. Everything's going to work fine. Bada bing, bada boom. So I'm going to pull the wire diagram up, and we're going to see what connector I need to get here, and we're just going to check that circuit, make sure everything's good there. We already checked the other circuit. It's got power, like it should have. So yeah, wire diagram, check some wires. Okay, so we got our connector off there. I think I found pin 38, pink and black, should be this one right here. So we're going to go back probe, pink and black here. I think that's in there. Have our other one, pink and black, should be this one. Okay, so we got continuity on that circuit, so that's the right circuit we're dealing with there. So now what we can do is check this to ground. And we should not have a ground there. So that tells me that we have a driver inside the ECM that is shorted out and grounding constantly with the key on. So yeah, It's going to need a computer. Again, we're going to pull that plug out on number 3 cylinder, check to make sure the cylinder is mechanically okay with a compression test, and then we'll call the customer, see if he wants it replaced. Okay, so gauge is on it. We're going to have to plug in this computer to get it started here. Almost forgot about that. Okay, see if she'll turn over and check compression here. What's that, 150? Let's see, that's good compression. Okay, so time to call the customer, break the bad news that he needs an ECM. We'll see what he wants to do. All right, guys, so it's the next day. Called the customer. We got the okay to replace the ECM here. So you can see right down there, we got a nice shiny new one, straight from GM. You call into a call center, tell them what you got, tell them what needs to be programmed. They charge you. You hook up their little device here, RAT module, remote access programming, and yeah, they give you a call back and start doing it remotely over the internets, and magically it becomes programmed. So just waiting on that, and then we'll see how that goes and go from there. Okay, he's doing his thing. He's in there working the magic, programming it. Once he's done with that, he's going to give me a call back, and then we're going to go through a few steps, make sure everything's good, and yeah, we're going to retest that fuel injector, make sure that's good. This is Todd.
Hi, this is Opus IBS calling in regards to the vehicle programming.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could key the vehicle off for me for a moment.
Sure. Okay, it's off.
Alright, I have a 45-second timer if you're willing to wait that out.
Sure.
Okay, if you could key the vehicle on for me.
All right, keys on.
Alright, one moment. Okay, if you could try to start the vehicle for me and let me know if it starts.
Yeah, it started, ran.
Alright, so there's going to be a check engine light present on the dash. That'll go away after you perform a crankshaft position variation learn, which is a scan tool function that I can't do from my side.
Right, yep.
After you do that, you'll be all set, and if you don't have any other questions or concerns, I'll let you go.
All right, appreciate it.
No problem, you have a good rest of your day.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so there you have it. It's running good. You can tell how much smoke was coming out of there. Exhaust is full of fuel. So might have to just let this warm up a little bit, shut it off, let it warm up again. I don't want to burn the cat out of it. Yeah, like you said, we have to do the crank relearn on it. So we'll do that, take it for a test drive. But so far so good. It runs good. Maybe I'll bring you in here and just show you guys again. Maybe we'll pull that injector connector off, and I'll just show you, verify that ECM fixed the problem here, because it's kind of hard to tell sometimes on video. So we'll do that. All right, so let's pull this injector harness back off, and you'll see that it's misfiring. We're going to hook up our tester to it. I'll show you that we got injector pulse here. You can see it there, maybe, kind of. Our injector pulse is there. So the ECM took care of our issue. Let's get in here. We'll see if we can do this relearn. It might be too cold yet for that to be able to do the test. We'll find out. So let's hold down the brake, start the engine. AC is turned off. We're obviously in park. Now we mash the throttle. Learn status, learn this ignition, press escape. So we had to do that a couple times for it to actually do it. Let's see what our trouble codes are. Turn the ignition off, back on. Let's erase this code. No codes. Let's get that out of the way. Cycle ignition off. Back on. Check engine light is off. Release our brake. Sucker's running good, guys. So that's gonna do it for this one. It's kind of a noisy video out here today. We got a lot of stuff going on, mowers, garbage trucks, everything. So yeah, hope you liked the video. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that stuff. We'll see you on the next one.